These pins represent places that called me, literally and figuratively. I don't choose the locations. I only go where I'm summoned. By what forces? That's something I'm trying to understand, and sometimes the next answer arrives before I'm ready.
Incoming call ghost line.
Buckhead. Of course it's Buckhead. The call came in from Buckhead. I picked up. Hello? She told me she was calling on behalf of the homeowners. She said the house was unsettled. They'd heard movement, felt pressure, rooms going cold for no reason. And then that typical feeling of a presence. But then she lowered her voice. She told me the wife was having severe anxiety episodes. They just wouldn't stop. She asked if I'd come, not just to clear the house, but to help the woman, the one feeling distress. I took a moment. I paused, and I told her yes, send me the details. And that was the moment the house let me in. I hung up the phone. Hey, Node, run those property details and give me a full picture. So a number of calls have come in after my hiatus, unexpectedly, but not surprisingly. You see, in ghost busting, each case is blind to the bigger patterns around it. I've worked on old and new properties alike. It's the land that holds the stories. I mean, if people were honest with themselves and their neighbors, the truths of these recurring disturbances they'd be undeniable. What's hiding, I wonder, and why don't people talk about these things? So what'd you find on this property, Node?
Analyzing property. Buckhead District. Historical overlays indicate Peachtree battleground proximity. Layers of indigenous land use, Civil War skirmishes, and gold rush speculation. Traces of old lodges, orders, and social clubs emerge in the archives. This land remembers its own patterns.
Hey, Node, run the dot matrix protocol. Tell me what you find.
Resources identified. Ley lines, cosmic alignments, residual energies. Anomalies correspond to prior case patterns. Assessment. This property is a nexus of layered histories.
Thanks, Node. It's time to see what this land wants to reveal. We should be at the property in about 2 hours. All right, into the city we go.
Routing. Route set. Buckhead District. ETA. 18-minute. Subsurface signal. Rising.
Node, give me an on-screen case summary and get ready to record a note.
Ready.
Most people think hauntings begin inside a house. Let's step in a little deeper.
Buckhead District brief. Historical overlays confirm indigenous settlement, Civil War troop movement, and early 20th century estates. Paranormal logs cite recurring reports of footsteps, voices, and displacement phenomena. Subsurface signal strength increasing. Recommend caution.
Node, please take a journal note.
Ready.
How does a seed take root? Water, soil, turmoil, and the light of grace. You see, trauma doesn't float, it sinks. It's always in soil, blood, and oil. That's why signals always begin underground.
New layer detected.
I've worked Buckhead numerous times before, but Node is picking up something new. Something old.
Subsurface resonance mapped. Source unknown.
That word, unknown, is the only one that ever seems to concern me.
Warning. Pattern intersects prior cases. Correlation 82%.
So I do what I always do. Follow the signal. Some roads lead you forward, others back. I wasn't sure which one this was yet. I stood at the gates. It had been a while. I've been on hiatus since 2020. Let me be honest. The life of a ghostbuster is dark. It's toxic to the soul. It's heartbreaking and eye-opening. It's like truth telling on itself. Ghostbusting will shine a light into your own soul. If you're courageous enough, walk with me. I didn't know I had enemies until I knew others formed weapons against me. Arsenals of misery, a plan of sabotage to my destiny, tracking me down, and those around who see them. See, I believe there are plainly two types of creations, holy and unholy. In ghostbusting, I've come to terms with both innocence and deception, and the interplay of the two. So, before we enter the client premises, I ask you, how open are you, and to what?
Field scan update. Anomaly
Let's pray.
detected.
Or
Possible
not pray.
artifact of unknown origin. Amplifying signal source.
Returning after a long hiatus changes the way you see the world. You stop looking for answers and start noticing signs. There's something about approaching a place like this, a house that's watched centuries move across its walls, land that has worn many faces, buried many bones. The closer you get, the more a place like this reveals.
Field scan. Active. Symbol mapping. Front structure. Threshold signature detected.
Look closely up ahead, the door knocker. Branches twisting into a face. The green man, ancient sentinel of thresholds, life, death,
Warning.
rebirth.
Symbolic charge increasing.
Node, flip me an aerial.
Warning. Perimeter scan detects historical trauma zones. Probability of subsurface void 87%.
Before I enter a property, I walk the outside edges. The house doesn't just sit on land. It emerges from it.
Zone perimeter expanding. New structure detected.
There it was, what Buckhead tries not to remember.
Residual trauma detected. Pre-Civil War origin confirmed. Warning. Cultural residue extreme. Plasma instability.
Noted. See what you can find on pre-1800s maps of the area and regional battles. Before you enter a house, you attune to its land, feel its resonance from place to place. Feel the energy and how it moves or doesn't. The earth remembers what it wants us to know.
Foundation shift detected. Subsurface disturbance.
Time to enter. I'm in the zone. We've been expecting you. How long has the activity been escalating? Since Sunday, she said. It's always Sunday. Show me around if you don't mind. Highlight any antiques.
Subsurface frequency spike. Inside structure. Vector. East wing.
Old money rarely throws anything away. Not objects, not memories, not ghosts. Every piece in a house is like this confession.
Energy spike. Residual signatures detected.
There's a rule I learned a long time ago. The truth doesn't hide, it decorates. I've learned a truth about the living. We decorate our stories for the glory, gore, grief, or guilt, gathered in the gold leaf on the ceilings, crystal balls on the walls. Shine is never the truth. Clear, it's just a deception. I move through a house, not searching, but listening, letting the stories rise on their own. I don't hunt information. My intuition draws my attention to what needs attention. Discernment, that's key. I breathe, I center, I sway, I move with the breath of a space. My intuition climbs the walls before I do. It shapes forms, patterns align. Something unseen presses to be known. I ask God, why am I here? What is it you want revealed? My eyes are closed, but the room becomes clearer. Insight replaces sight. Wait, what's that I see?
Dot matrix protocol. Scanning.
Every house has a heart, and every heart has two sides. One that beats for the living, and one that pulses, the dead. Now, the study is never just a room, it's a confession, dressed as accomplishment. You want to know a person? Forget what they show the world. Look where they hide their failures, dressed in successes, wards of awards, their fantasies wrapped in fears, illusions, disguises, checkerboard games of rival. There's serious energy here. Serious. This house is layered in identity, the land, the structure, the people, the past. I've walked the grounds, I've read, I've felt the walls. I heard what doesn't want to be spoken. One more sweep of the study, then I move. The basement.